Hello, friends. Today I wanted to talk about a scientific experiment that I read about many years ago. This took place in the 1960s, and then through the decades, researchers continued to check in with these people who had been part of the experiment. And what it was called was the Marshmallow experiment. And what would happen is that a researcher would take a child into a room. The child was maybe 4 to 6 years old, and the child would sit in a plain chair with a plain table in front of them. The room was just white, nothing of interest in the room. Very, very plain, uninteresting room. And the researcher would put one marshmallow on a little plate in front of the child. And the researcher would say, you can have one marshmallow right now, you can eat it right now, or if you wait a few minutes until I come back, you can have two. So the deal was one now or two later. Child had to not eat the one that was in front of them until the researcher came back with the other one in order to get two. So if you look this up on the internet, it's very entertaining, the antics that a child would go through trying to distract himself or herself from eating that very attractive marshmallow right in front of them. And remember, there was nothing else in the room to distract them. So the child would have to, some of them closed their eyes, turned all the way around in their chair so that they wouldn't see the marshmallow. They would sing to themselves. They would play games with their hands and their head and just all kinds of things to try to take their mind off of that very appealing marshmallow. And some of the children had the marshmallow in their mouth before the researcher had even walked out the door. So what the researchers found through the decades of following these children is that the children who could delay their gratification, who could wait the 15 very long minutes before the teacher or the person came back into the room to give them that second marshmallow, if they hadn't eaten the first one, they found that those people did better on their SAT scores. They were better able to cope with the stresses of life. They had less cases of disease and obesity. They had better relationships, better jobs. All of their lives reflected more success because of that simple characteristic of being able to wait. So what we can learn from this, especially in our spiritual lives, is to be very conscious of what we are craving, what we are giving into, and what we really want to do. Instead of caving in to the easiest solution, we need to, and something that we don't really, truly in our hearts want to do, instead we need to plunge in, give our energy to something that we do want to do. So, in correlating this to sheltering in place, we can simply say, we want to go out into the world, we want to meet with our friends and do all the things of life that we're used to, what we consider normal, what we're drawn to do. But as we're being asked to still shelter in place, it's important that we not cave in to anger about it, frustration, depression. and instead put our energy into something creative and dynamic that we do want to do. A friend of ours changed the lighting in his garden. It was a project he'd been wanting to do, and here was the perfect opportunity. Other friends are taking beautiful photographs of all the spring flowers that are in full bloom right now. Beautiful. So do something creative. Take your mind off of that thing that you can't do right now, you don't really want to do right now, even though you are drawn to it, and put that energy into something creative and fun. And you will find that many things in life improve just through not eating that marshmallow right now.